Hi, my name is Scott, and this video is going to be on the assembly of the light bed. Light bed comes in two forms, semi-electric and full electric, and it also comes shipped in two boxes. One box contains the foot section, footboard, electronics. The other box contains the headboard, the head spring assembly, casters, and drive shaft. Okay. Inside the box you'll also see an emergency crank handle. This is for catastrophic power failures. You can attach this to head motor, foot motor, high-low if it's a full electric, and the bed crank mechanism at the footboard to manually lower or raise whatever motor we're talking about. Also comes with a set of leg height adjustment pins. If you wanted to set the bed into Trendelenburg or to reverse Trendelenburg. Set of nut and bolts for the center peak. It's basically an old school application. The bed itself doesn't need it, but we've had enough requests where we include it. A clip for the headboard or footboard to hold the pendant, and of course the manual. Casters for the head and footboard. You have two locking, two non. The best application to keep the bed from moving is opposite corners for locking. With that being said, when you apply them, it's a simple split ring post. They simply get inserted into the base of the headboard insert or footboard inserts. Push them in. That's all there is to it. Now, once you have everything unassembled or unpacked, what we need to do is remove the shipping braces. And there's three. They're black, so if anything is black left on the bed, that gets pulled out. There's a center post. And then on the ends of the headboard and footboard, again, another shipping brace. Once that comes out, put the bed up on its edge, bring the head section and the foot section together at about a 40 or about a 90-degree angle. You notice you can use the head spring as like sort of a kickstand. You bring them together. And you simply straighten the bed out. Okay, now, at this point, again, we use that spring as a kickstand, and what we should do, bring the foot section in, we'll simply attach the foot section, again, the same kind of connection as at the center of the bed, that we want to keep the hooks and the buttons. So the hooks go over the buttons to secure it. At this point, before I tilt the bed, we have the drive shaft. Now on a full electric, the drive shaft goes from the headboard to the high-low motor versus from the headboard to the footboard on a semi-electric. Drive shaft has the types of bed that we're going to be working on, all under one universal drive shaft. We simply insert and adjust till we get to the right extension. Okay, once we have that assembled, we have the footboard on, we're going to tilt the bed. So that it falls into place. come back with the headboard. We'll lift the headboard. Roll it into place. Make sure that it's snapped. Now, the drive shaft, once we have it assembled, you'll notice that one end is a spring-loaded end, one end does not. Now, it really doesn't matter which end you use. I personally prefer to use the spring-loaded end up against the motor. So we simply attach, push in till it clears, attaches to the headboard gearbox, leaving the head spring up. Now we're going to connect the springs. We can lower. Now at this point, we'll attach the head motor. Now the head motor, a little trickier to see in the video, but basically it's an extension tube that has to come out and pop. There's a lock that basically go into place. We extend it to the lever. There's a pin and a roll pin and cotter pin connection. We simply put the pin through the lever into the pole or into the head motor extension tube, put the pin back on, and that's all there is to it. This is the pin assembly. It has a plastic lanyard built into it. There's also the washer. So it goes through the bed lever, the tube for the head motor extension tube, goes across, and then the cotter pin goes into place. You hear the click. Goes between. Pin goes through. Around. Cotter pin goes in. Next thing we do is the opposite side of the high-low motor has a spring-loaded connection that goes from the motor itself to the footboard gearbox. There's a J-shaped slot machined into it. You push in, give that little metal tube a turn, and it'll spring itself out, align it to the gearbox. Turn the shaft so that the gearbox has a shaft coming out with a pin through it. There's a slot in that head motor, the foot motor extension for the footboard, for the high-low. It connects, make sure it's a positive connection. And at this point, all you need to do is mattress and rails. Now we'll cover the rails in a video later on, but as it stands right now, the bed is assembled. Footboard, foot spring assembly, head spring assembly, headboard. Thank you very much for your time, and have a good day.